film refers to either a feature or a short film that is no longer available in any studio, individual, or archival repository. According to the Library of Congress, 75% of all silent films are completely lost. Only 2,749 of the about 10,919 American silent films that were made still exist in their entirety, either as the original American 35mm version, a foreign release, or a lesser quality replica. An estimated 50% of the American sound films produced between 1927 and 1950 have been lost. According to Martin Scorsese's Film Foundation, more than 90% of American films produced before the year 1929 are estimated to have been lost. Some films are considered to be partially lost. These films often consist of only minutes or mere seconds of footage, or sometimes just footage from a trailer still exists. Any film that has no surviving footage whatsoever is considered a lost film. Many lost films are only known through existing production stills, and some films were covered so extensively during production that their plot is discernible through the photos. Sometimes a copy of a film previously thought to be lost is rediscovered. Lost films have been found on eBay, in milk churns, asylums, garages, private collections, or otherwise stored for safekeeping. The oldest lost film to be rediscovered is Post No Bills by Georges Méliès from 1896. But the question still remains, how are films lost? Movies were commonly filmed on nitrate film, which is highly flammable and, if improperly stored or while deteriorating, can actually spontaneously combust. A fire at Universal Pictures in 1924 destroyed the negatives of films from 1913 to 1924. The 1937 Fox Vault Fire destroyed all original negatives of every pre-1935 film made by Fox Pictures. The 1965 MGM Vault Fire resulted in the destruction of hundreds of silent films and early talkies, or movies with synchronized sound. Despite this, the most significant cause of silent film loss was actually intentional destruction. Before the days of television, home video, and streaming, films were not viewed as having future value after their theatrical runs had ended. Silent films, in particular, were considered worthless once talkies became the standard for moving pictures. Storing and preserving films was expensive and took up a lot of valuable space, so studios often recycled nitrate films for the small amount of silver contained in them. In some cases, films were deliberately destroyed, either due to controversy or censorship. For example, actor and director Roscoe "Fatty" Arbuckle was charged with the rape and murder of actress Virginia Rappe in 1921. Due to the toxicity of his reputation, even after he was ultimately acquitted, studios engaged in the systematic destruction of all his films in which he had a starring role. In another example, the 1922 silent German expressionist horror film Nosferatu was created as an unauthorized adaptation of Bram Stoker's Dracula, and all copies were ordered to be destroyed. However, a few copies of this film survived. London After Midnight, 1927. The last known copy of London After Midnight was destroyed in the 1965 MGM Vault Fire. London After Midnight is arguably the most sought-after lost film in history. The film holds this status because of the extensive behind-the-scenes coverage. The story was able to be almost entirely reproduced, given the many production stills remaining. In 2002, Turner Classic Movies aired a reconstructed version using these images as well as the original script. So why should we keep searching for lost films? Lost films have a resonance beyond film history. They might depict actual locations, preserving brief flashes of history in amber, a fashion detail, an identified make of a car, or a view of a bygone street. They might aid contemporary viewers in understanding the mannerisms, fashion, and political beliefs of those who lived during the silent era. The more films we uncover, the more we are able to learn about different time periods and film history as a whole.